Amy. Hello, my name is Alexander, and today we're gonna be teaching you how to uh, maintain happiness on a difficulty like Deity. So, in the early game here, uh, you're gonna want to build uh, uh, at least minimum 4 cities. Make sure you have a production at least around 8 to 12. If you have a tile that's around on this amount of production, like the sheep tile, it's gonna on quick speed. It's gonna boost your settler into 9 turns rather than the typical 11 turns it will take you for a 2 food or a tile. Well, when you're working settlers, you're gonna be working in production, and since the game counts food as production, this is technically a 3 production tile for the settler. What does settlers have to do with happiness? As well, on Deity, you're gonna since the AI has a a huge amount of bonuses towards it's like 2 settlers. Since the AI here has like 2 settlers, 2 workers, and a army very early on, you're gonna need to really catch up with the AI here with at least a bare minimum at least 4 cities. Why 4 cities? Well, the reason why that you're gonna need 4 cities is because as at a bare minimum you're gonna need 4 cities in order to prioritize science and catch up with the AI. Uh, Unciv Gaming here has complained about being so-called technologically unadvanced in his Deity video. The reason why here is that the AI really starts off with this amount of bonuses. If you swipe right, like around here, it'll actually reveal the difficulty levels and the AI settings here. So the AI's growth modifier is 0.6, unit cost modifier is 0.5, and the AI cost building modifier is 0.5, and the AI wonder cost modifier is at 1. AI maintenance modifier is at 0.5, AI's unit modifier is at half the cost, and AI's unhappiness is at 0.6. I mean, in that's basically a player playing on settler difficulty, but they are slightly more incompetent. Oh look, we met at Denmark. Anyway, so according to the game here, there's multiple ways to combat unhappiness. As you can build happiness buildings, such as wonders like the Notre Dame, which is going to come later on in the game. We have the Forbidden Palace. We also have the Colosseum, the Circus Maximus. We have the Forbidden Palace. We have the Stadium, and we have the Eiffel Tower. What they all have in common is that they're both buildable in your capital, and some of them are wonders. Wonders are basically infrastructure that will really boost you and help you in the long term. So, but not all wonders are really necessary here. The wonders that you're gonna need are national wonders, but that's not the topic of this video. I mean, you can play really well, but yet have surprisingly low population growth, due to the amount of unhappiness you have. And knowing how to combat unhappiness on Deity, you're gonna need to steal workers from the city state AI and the AI you're are competing against, such as the is Babylon and Denmark. City-states don't count, but workers are workers. Once you have your workers, you're gonna need to uh, uh, improve your luxury tiles immediately, corresponding to the improvement that really gets you the luxury. For example, this wine requires calendar, which is why I'm going straight towards it's there's this technology. You're gonna need to go if you know your luxuries very well, and what luxuries require or which tile improvement, and then you'll know what to do on the tech tree. Your tech path here in the early game, aka engineer to medieval era, huh? Should be to go straight towards technologies that will give you access to the improvements you need it to improve your luxury tiles. It is the yeah, yeah. You will always is go down 5 unhappiness every time you settle a city. So if I had 3 settlers right now, and if I settled in like these locations here, then I will have like 15 unhappiness. The main way to combat unhappiness is here is to quickly improve your luxury tiles, unlike what Unciv Gaming's done here. I mean, come on, Unciv Gaming, you already know how to maintain your happiness. Why do you have such a hard time on Deity? As you can see here, he has 4 luxury tiles. This is a con tile. It will give you happiness if you place a plantation. This is a tile that will give you gold. If you work a mine here, you will have, have this sugar if you have a plantation, and you will have incense here if you have a plantation. But so far, he literally has 2 luxuries. Why haven't you worked your tiles, Unciv Gaming? You know very well that working in those luxury tiles will give you happiness. This is why improving your luxury improvements is so important on Deity. The reason why here is that it will give you unhappiness is when you sell each city, and if you don't improve your luxury tiles, you're gonna end up with very low population city. It's like under 10 population, perhaps maybe under 5 population cities if you're very unlucky. Yeah. You're gonna need the happiness from the luxury tiles in order to grow your cities. It's the more you grow, the more science you have due to the population equating to science, but that's not the topic here. The topic here is happiness. It's you for each city you found you have a city center that will give you 4 unhappiness, and there will be instantly 1 population within your cities. Yes. Yes. Which will ultimately give you 5 unhappiness. 1 plus 4 equals 5. If you don't have to be a rocket scientist in order to know that. So, knowing how to combat unhappiness here, you're gonna need to build buildings that will combat your unhappiness. Yes. So after you've researched all the technologies required for you to improve your luxury tiles, you can then go straight towards construction for the Colosseums. Why do you need Colosseums? Well, you're eventually gonna run into unhappiness problems on Deity, even if you improve your luxury tiles. Unless if you build these coliseums. If you have a coliseum in all of your cities, then you can get access to the Circus Maximus, which will give you one culture. And look at this, 5 happiness. Oh, oh shoot. Uh, 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 uh. Oh, and it's still recording. That's just great. I just panicked over nothing. Anyways, I don't know if you can see what I'm trying to demonstrate here, but after you get the Circus Maximus here on Diety, you're gonna need to hit, hit straight towards education. And I mean, if you're a beginner, you can just go straight for the technologies needed to build science buildings, such as education for the universities, and then into Oxford, once you have a university in all of your cities, scientific theory for the public schools, and then plastics for the research labs. As you can go towards the path towards metal casting for all the sweet dank wonders that you really want. But if you're gonna go on this path and you're very unhappy, as I said, one of the wonders that you can build to combat unhappiness is a Norte Dame, which is gonna cost us you minus 10 unhappiness, which is basically 10 happiness. It's If you're playing like a civilization like India, then the Forbidden Palace will be good synergy. Since it will decrease unhappiness from population by 10%. If you manage to get the Eiffel Tower, then and for every cultural policy you will get +2 happiness. Okay. Another way to combat unhappiness on Diety here is via social policies, but you can't just go straight towards all the policies in the policy tree that will subtract your unhappiness. It's because the finishers for each of the policy trees will give you really great bonuses. I mean, one of the highly recommended trees to go down towards is rationalism, and if you're focusing on science, which you should be on Diety, then you should go straight towards humanism, which will give you 1 happiness for every university, observatory, and public school, making your science buildings also happiness buildings. Protectionism gives +1 happiness from every luxury resource. Now, monarchy here is one of the reasons why your capital is so centralized in production. It's because of your high population here, which is one of the reasons why tradition and here is going to be the dominant policies here, since you're gonna need it a lot of production and centralized in your capital in order to build wonders faster. What about all the other social policies that give you happiness? Well, organized religion. If you're going down piety, then I'm not really sure. To be honest, I mean, typically I go on piety for cultural victory. This entire policy tree is a kind of a meh. You shouldn't go straight towards the social policies that give happiness. I mean, in the long term, you can always just build more coliseums, theaters, and stadiums. And plus, you can improve luxury resources, ally with city states. It's the that will give them your luxuries once you ally with them. When you have 750 gold. What? What? Speaking of city-states, another way to get happiness here in in un, in Unciv or Unciv deity is city-states. It's if you ally with a city-state, you will immediately own or quote unquote share the luxury is with your cities with the city-state that you are allied with, which can allow you to trade those luxuries to the AI. If you ally yourself with a mercantile city-state, then and you will get 3 happiness and progressively, possibly even more if that same principle applies for cultural cities-states. That I'm not sure if it's gonna continuously give out more happiness as time goes on, but mercantile city-states will give you more happiness. So the build order here should be really go straight towards education. Try and get the circus as Maximus, as build as many theaters or yeah, happiness wonder or two as much as you can. Go straight towards scientific theory. Build your public schools. Build Oxford if you settle next any of your cities next to a mountain. Get observatories by researching astronomy. Then you're pretty much good for happiness. As here. If you really want to rack up golden ages, then go into the 20 to 30 happiness range. And I suggest that you go straight towards refrigeration since it gives you the stadiums. I mean, don't get me wrong, wonders are good, but in the long term, the AI can usually do the work for you, and who don't have to, who will build the wonders, and then you can build and spend your production on stuff like stadiums. If you build a stadium in all of your cities, then if you try and build a stadium in at least in some or all of your cities, it's like at least 5 to 7, then you will gain a lot of happiness. I also forgot to mention that if you have the Nerwinschenstein in here, once you get the railroad, then it will. And if you build the Narwunchen or okay, how do you even pronounce that? If you get this wonder, then for every castle you build, you will get happiness, and you will also get happiness from the wonder itself. Speaking of the wonder itself, the Lavier will also give you a happiness. Yes. Once you build it, it's mainly built for the culture from the great 8 artists or the golden ages. It's depending on how you use your great artists. Yes. So, well, that is my take on how to survive on Deity and maintain happiness while surviving in it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe. See you guys next time. Goodbye.